welcome back to my channel. Nothing crazy for today's video. Just wanted to show you guys a little demo on how I do my everyday makeup. My everyday makeup is natural, but it's still a lot. You know, like when a client shows you a picture and they're like, I want really natural makeup, but she shows you a beat-ass picture of Kim K. That's exactly what my everyday makeup is like. It's natural in a sense of like the colors are more neutral, but as far as the coverage, it's a lot. It's actually just a lot because I'm trying to film like a whole bunch of videos today. Not a whole bunch, but you know, I'm trying to get a little library done or something. But the main focus is just keeping it pretty neutral and simple on the eyes. I do love a full lash. Obviously, I'm always gonna pop a lash on. If you guys are into these lashes, shameless plug, these are Glaminati from Marie Kirk LA. I'm gonna drop my link down below, so be sure that you check it out. As always, before we get started on this video, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel if you like beauty videos and if you like funny shit. Also, make sure you hit that notification bell so you never miss out when your girl uploads a new video. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and get started.
Alright, so just to save a little bit of time, I went ahead and did my brows and primed my face before we started filming. And I'm trying something different today. I'm actually contouring underneath my foundation using the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation stick. This technique was really interesting. I would definitely do it again, just switch up the product or maybe not use as much, because this product made my foundation look a lot warmer than what it normally does. So I wasn't a huge fan of that. And it was just hard and like time consuming to blend out. So I guess what they say, less is definitely more in this case. I'm using these oval brushes from Beauty Creations just to try to blend out that harsh contour as best as I possibly can before I move on to my foundation. Doing something else that I don't normally do in my routine is I'm doing a cream contour on my nose and just blending it out with this cute little brush that I got off of Amazon. Because I don't normally do this, I could definitely use some practice. Yikes. Yeah, you should be scared. Moving on, I'm going to start working on my foundation using my Smashbox Studio Skin. I love this foundation. I love the coverage, the feel, the way that it looks. However, I have a shade that is way too dark for me, and I can totally finesse it for the gram, but clearly YouTube and camera lights, they'll tell on you. That super warm cream contour underneath did not help, but we are already here, so we're just going to keep working with it. Next up, I'm using an oldie but goodie, my LA Girl Pro Concealer. I am struggling to get this out of the damn tube. Don't you hate that? That's the one thing I hate about this product, is when it reaches like the end of the tube, it just, it's like trying to get toothpaste out. But I'm just using that under my eyes, like a regular schmegular highlight, the bridge of my nose, my Cupid's bow. You know. Using a Holy Grail MAC concealer palette. While my concealer is setting, I like to let it set and get kind of thick before I start blending it out. I'm just taking my fingertips and using some concealer just to touch up any little problematic areas like dark spots, hyperpigmentation, which is the same thing, but you know. I'm just taking my fingertips and dipping them into the lightest shade in that concealer palette just to brighten up my inner corners a little bit more. I'm setting my face using my MAC Prep and Prime as well as my MAC Studio Fix powder in the shade C5. I like to use C5 first with a buffing brush just to set my under eye, and then I'm going to go in and bake everything afterwards. I find that when you set it first, it leaves a really nice smooth finish for baking. Sometimes if you just go in and bake right away, it can mess up your concealer, it can move your product around, it can leave a really crusty result. It's not as pretty, so I like to set first and then bake on top. I'm going to warm up my face even more than it already is, which is absolutely ridiculous. This is the ColourPop Bronzer Carucci's collection. I don't remember what this shade is, but I'll be sure to link everything down in the description below. Alright, let's wipe this baking powder off using a Morphe E8 brush and that C5 powder. I'm just dusting everything away. Sometimes I feel like if you just dust off the powder with no setting powder or anything else on your brush, then you kind of disturb your makeup that's underneath. Per usual, I'm using my MAC Lay and Low paint pot just to prime and even out my eyelids before I start working on my eyeshadow. Using that same ColourPop bronzer, I'm just going to take a MAC 217 blending brush and start buffing that into my crease. For my lid color, I'm using ColourPop Celestial Eyeshadow. I absolutely love this eyeshadow. It doesn't matter if it's applied with your fingertips, with the brush, wet or dry. It is the shit. It is one of the best colors in existence. I stan. For the tiniest, and I mean the tiniest, little bit more definition, I'm using ColourPop's Little Boat eyeshadow. Little Boat. And I'm just using that, like I said, to really you can see it's doing the bare minimum for definition. And that's exactly what I want. Just want a little something, something. I don't know what to call it, but I know it's a little something, something. For my highlight, I'm using the ColourPop Shayla Collection Boomin' Highlighter. This is still my favorite. I still stand for this highlight, and I probably will forever stand for this highlight. When I die, bury me in this highlight. Actually, bury me in Artist Couture highlight. Bitch, that's a sickening death. Sometimes I get a little cray-cray, look carried away with that highlighter, so just clean it up with a little bit of C5 powder. And also, don't forget to highlight your inner corners. I'm just doing my eyeliner trick that I do with my Wet n Wild H2O waterproof liner. So for lips, I gravitate towards a nude lip naturally, but my products are always switching up. I'm using 2 lip liners and a high pigment lip gloss. So the first liner I'm using is I'm going to fill in my lips entirely with MAC. I think this is either Oak or Strip Down. More than positive it's Strip Down. I'll link everything down below. The next liner I'm going to use is the Profusion Matte Lip Liner in the shade Cocoa Charm. For a shade that's considered to be cocoa, it's definitely more on the berry side on me. Not my favorite, but it's one of those, like, I cracked it open, so I'm trying to use it up. You know what I mean? And then just to top everything off, I'm going to use my Jouer High Pigment Lip Gloss in the shade Maiden Lane.
Alright guys, so that concludes today's tutorial. I am digging this. I don't know. From where I'm at in the monitor, it looks really good, but God knows what's going to happen when I upload this to YouTube. Alright guys, I'm going to wrap this up because like I said, I have a buttload of videos that I want to get out to you. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!